Good afternoon everyone, and today I'm going to show you how to make pastry from the flour mix we made, which is gluten-free. I get asked about pastry a lot. It's not my favourite thing to make, but I make it a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you down into the bowl because that's where it's all happening down there. I hope you're having a good Friday. It was a really rotten start here, pouring with rain, but the sun is trying to come out now. So maybe some washing, we'll go on the line. Okay, let's put you down there so you can see what's going on. Right, in the bowl I have 315 grams of that gluten-free flour. I have 80 grams of Trex or another vegetable sort of shortening. And I have 80 grams of Vitalite. You can use the other one, but that's just a favourite of mine to cook with. I also have a teaspoon of salt, and that's it. So what I do is I cut it up just in the bowl like that. You can put it in a food processor if you want to, but to be honest, I'd like to do it like that. I like to feel the pastry, and sometimes with a food processor, you go a little bit too fast and it's not good. So here we go, it's all chopped up, and then it's in with the fingers. I have washed my hands and I have sanitized my hands, so just in case anyone's worried. That's all we seem to do nowadays, isn't it? Sanitize our hands. But there you go. Right. Down into the bowl. So what you want to do is you don't want to have your hands like that in the bowl, right? You want to lift them up, get some air into that pastry. So up you go like that, and just press the lumps between your fingers. You're just pressing them out, rubbing them. There you go. Like I say, a food processor, couple of seconds and done. But this is done by hand for those of you who don't have a food processor. I must admit, I love kitchen gadgets. I have so many. What I don't like is kitchen gadgets that you don't use. Well, cookie maker and all this sort of stuff. I think it's okay for kids, but to be honest, I like gadgets that are useful. I will show you all my gadget I use in a later video, because sometimes it's good to look around and see what other people use. I've ordered a few kitchen things at the moment, just waiting for them to come. Right, we're nearly done. I will show you the texture in a moment. Right. It's sort of like that. See, it's just like crumbs. That's it. A bit more. Right. This is next step. What I do is I put a sort of round edge knife in it and I start to mix. I think that's okay. Let me just get that off my hands. Pastry is awful for your skin. If I've been working with pastry a fair bit, my skin is so dry on my hands. Right, let's give it a quick wipe. Don't mind if I have a slurp of my coffee as well, do you? There you go. Right, the water. Make sure it's very cold. That's really, really important on a warmish day or a humid day. So make sure it's really cold, and just make a little well in the bowl and just tip a tiny amount of water in. I'm not going to say how much water. The reason being, it varies on day to day and what the atmosphere is like. But it's probably a few tablespoons full. But I do it slowly. And what I'm waiting for is to start to clump together. Once it starts to clump together... Oh, we got a big bit there. Let me just get rid of that one. Once it starts to clump together, you get in with your hands and you start to wipe it around the bowl. So what you're after is a clean bowl, really. Doesn't take long. I mean, if you see any baked goods on my blog, this is the pastry I use. I also use a homemade puff pastry because, to be honest, puff pastry is a lot of work, and I can't do that with my hands anymore. My arthritis won't let me. So that's why at the moment I'm tending to do short videos. until I can get a better setup. Or I can use my wheelchair in the kitchen. Right, it's starting to clump together. Sorry, I tend to talk like I'm talking to my mate, so I tend to sort of just gab in the background. Should shout out to my mates, you know, my best mate Debs. Right, and that's it. You put your hands in and you just pull it together, just round the bowl. There you go. And it is forming your pastry ball. And you have a nice, clean bowl. Right. And that is it. There's no magic. Nothing like that to it. That's your pastry. Bing bang bosh. Done. Right, what I'm going to do with the pastry, I'm going to start with pasties, because everyone likes a pasty. But I am doing a ploughman's pasty, which involves pickle. Yet again, read the label, make sure yours is vegan, gluten-free, whatever you need. And we put a bit of that in. So it's really like a pickle and cheese. It's got onion, potato. My kids love them. To be honest, if one has them, one lives at home. So if one has them, he tells the other one. So the other one wants them. But there you go. That is your pastry. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that into the fridge, fry myself up a few more onions, and then we'll be ready for the to do the pasties. I will show you. Here's like one I made earlier. Right. That's one of the ones I made earlier. Looks really nice. Oh, it smells so good. They're a little bit big, so I'm going to try and make them a little bit smaller. Make more of them. So I'll be back again in about half an hour to do the pasties with you. Okay, see you in a bit.